Hi, my name is Eric.
Hello, hello. Check, check, one, two, three. Okay, hopefully this works. Something is not working. Apparently it's not connected. Wait, let us connect it. Okay. Okay, as usual, we would like to check whether or not the voice or microphone is connected. So hopefully it's connected. Check, check, one, two, three. Apparently it's not connected. Wait. Okay, it's connected. Good. Okay. I think what I want to do today is continue setting up the NeoVim. I did a live stream on TikTok for the episode 4 and 5. I think we can finish this episode 6 and probably integrate Git and some other things. So yeah, I think I should just get straight into it.
In this video, I'm going to show you how to use a debugger in NeoVim using the debug adapter protocol. Seriously, check it out. I have a Go program right here set up with a debugger. I can scroll down, I can set a breakpoint, and if I start my debugger, I'm in the debug protocol. I am in my debugger. I can step through functions.
I don't know if this is useful or not, but
variables. I can do all kinds of stuff. It's amazing. There's so much cool stuff here, and I want to show you guys right away. So let's get into it.
or maybe we don't need the. I mean, like I'm not using. I don't know if I need to use debugger yet, but I kind of want to maybe using the Git and Linux would be helpful because Linux for noobs, probably that as well. Mm, is this the video? Okay. I just want to.
I've just encountered a program that's going to change the. Seriously, check this out. When I open LazyGit, I can see my whole entire Git repository laid out in front of me. All the tools are in all of these different panes.
This is what we want.
I could stage commits over here with the space bar. I could unstage them with the space bar again. I could go into each commit and just stage certain hunks that I like. I could go down to my local branches pane and create a new branch just like this. I could even stash my changes and then view them down here in the stash changes pane. Then I could pop them if I want to. Go back up, stage my commits, and then commit them. This is seriously so amazing. I love LazyGit so much. The more I use it, the better it gets. I'm excited to tell you about it, so let's get into it.
Thank you. Let's set it up. So we're already able to set up this with Alpha and the other as well. So that is cool. We still have this, and we can go to init, set up the fuzzy find. The live grepping still doesn't work. I don't know why. There might be a configuration where I added some. Look at that, like relative numbering. We have this like a file tree file structure. I think it was using Neo3. We have some completion using the LSP. So that is cool. We have like auto formatting with I think GF with the command. Okay, wait, like this. See, I forgot. I think it's still in the LSP, and then it's set up the. No, it's not here. I think it is in the completions. Is it? Yes. It's no, it's not. Okay. I forgot, but we have some like I forgot the name. So I forgot the name. Wait. It's none. Is it none? Yes, liturgy F. It's to like what do you call it? Like this one. So to like format the file according to the LSPs. So that's cool. So yeah, liturgy F, cool. And then W, QA, and Vim. So yeah, this is pretty good so far. Now I'd like to maybe I use Git, I guess.
Now, I've been a developer for a long time, 12 years to be exact, but who's counting? God, I'm getting old. Ever since I became a developer, though, I've used Git, and I've always loved it. Git is an amazing source control program that has extremely powerful features, and I've always loved the command line. I never got used to any of the Git GUIs out there, it just always seemed to kind of be lacking, especially considering I always use Vim and Tmux. So when I used a GUI for Git, it just immediately took me out of the zone and out of my flow state. So for the longest time, I've only really used the CLI for Git. And hey, I like to think I'm pretty good at it, but I have one main problem with the CLI. That problem is merge conflicts. You see, when you pull or push code that has different changes in the same file, in some cases, Git cannot rectify those changes. Essentially, Git cannot merge them together automatically, which causes a merge conflict. So you have to tell Git which changes you want to actually have in your code base, therefore resolving the conflict. Now, typically with merge conflicts, I use Vim diff. As much as I love Vim, I hate Vim diff. It just doesn't work great. I never get the colors to look decent. It's just kind of crap. And for Mac OS, I just haven't found another good solution for managing merge conflicts, at least until now. Now, before we jump straight into merge diffs and LazyGit, let's go over some of the other functionality that has to offer. It's truly an amazing tool and I want to show it off. Let's figure out how to install this thing first. If we check out the repo on Git, we can see that there are plenty of ways to install it. There's binaries built for literally every system. Well, maybe not literally every system, but pretty much. And as we scroll down in this repository, we can see that there's a list of features. Each piece of this list has a nice little definition and a video that goes along with it to show you how to use every single little feature that LazyGit supports in Git.
Wow.
So after you watch this video, check out the repository. It's really informative. So now we hit the installation section and we can see that there's a homebrew entry. So it's pretty simple. We just want to install brew install LazyGit. So if we just copy and paste the command into our terminal,
I think maybe it's fine. We can use the CLI. I haven't really configured the Git and everything, so I think oh sorry, PWD. We're at home. I guess let's Linux file folder structure for developers. I mean, learn Linux. Okay. I mean, like, what's the Linux folder structure recommendation for projects? Like, should I just make one or okay? Stack Overflow. And I'm tasked to develop pages in VS Code. What would be the ideal location for me to keep my project directories? I don't want to be illogical or pollute the file system conventions I don't know about. Personal projects all belong in the home directory. When you're ready to test, you'll symlink to the directory you host from. When you're done with the project, you have to decide where the best permanent location is. Okay. Sounds reasonable. Should I create a directory like home projects and create subfolders for this project? Looking at file system, it seems almost like var would be the proper data such as this website files. You can make whatever directory structure you need. The home directory is kind of the my documents folder of Windows. Sounds good. Okay. The file system hierarchy defines the directory structures. Okay. no really like suggestion or like according to Fast and Hierarchy, I recommend create a directory file lib. Okay. What's the most appropriate directory to place? Oops. This is 3 years ago. I don't know if it's still relevant or not. What's the most appropriate directory to place? Development software shared between users. Okay. Read man here to learn about Linux file system hierarchy. Okay. Like, do I create a project? How to create a project directory in Linux? Directory structure in Linux. Skip. Sorry, this importance. Is top level directory. It is bin condensational user binaries. Houses home. Each user has a subdirectory under home where personal files and settings are stored. Lib contains shared library. So we're currently inside the home. Here's a simplified representation. To list files and directory. Okay. Understanding the Linux structure is essential. Explore the yeah. What's like the common directory hierarchy in Linux? Understanding the directory bin. Example of typical. Test directory, docs directory, naming convention, version control. No, I mean like what is this restack? I mean, where should I put it inside of the Linux directory? Like not but should I just create it inside home in a specific folder? Set up a USL. Okay.
In this video, I'll walk you through my entire Windows development setup and show you some tools I'm using in my daily workflows when I do programming, DevOps, or network security work. And of course, I show you some tips and tricks when using these tools, how you can easily customize them so that you can use Windows as your main desktop operating system, but still have a pretty great Linux experience, all well integrated with the rest of your system.
Okay, hopefully this is still
Although
relevant.
About
okay,
my Windows setup, we will cover a lot of Linux stuff here too, because I absolutely love Linux and I use many of the free and open source tools that are available there. But to be honest, guys, I'm not a fan of any of the Linux desktop environments. I've talked about this in previous videos before, and I really don't want to step into another operating system discussion again, because in the end, it really doesn't matter if you're running Linux, Windows, or macOS. In my opinion, you should always just pick the best tool for the job. And in my case, that's just Windows when it comes to working with graphics or office programs like Microsoft 365, or just play some computer games. Up two things here. So what
I already set up the Windows terminal. We already set up.
I've installed by executing theme.
I didn't set up CSH. I think it's fine.
With my custom color scheme, manages all your and that makes it very easy to manage. So that's the way I'm synchronizing my .zshRC or my power level 10K theme configuration files across ever, and it is extremely lightweight and highly customizable. It is a great tool that I use for many things, not just for programming, and I also use it as a text editor or when I connect to remote machines over SSH to edit any configuration files or work on deployment YAML files for DevOps tools like Ansible to work on remote. Just use a terminal directly in VS Code to open it on the remote machine, or just open it and tutorial about this. If you're interested in learning how you can use Docker with VS Code to develop your own applications in a container, then check out my video. I've put your link in the description below, of course.
Like, I mean, like, what's good structure of the file? Okay, let's do Fireship. Enable Wi-Fi. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So should I just run? Should I just open the file using in the mount, but using NeoVim? Would that work? Okay. Let's see if I have git. Git data version. Git version 2.43. Okay. So how do we check the username? Do I need to install Node, or I can open it from my Windows stuff? IZSH. What's LIO performance catch? SVCR processor store. Confirming cross IO tests. Okay. Typeface and phone, Python and Node. As you so if I use Miniconda and and VM. Add to your CSH web database. You can access the host database from inside YSL. Okay. Let's see. Install databases in YSL. One of the most usual options to install just inside YSL. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna try whether or not I could. No. It's in the PVD and a slash. I think we can go to cdmnt. I'm gonna try to open any file using this. So yeah, we'll see. Will it run using nvim here? Photography service example. Compile this. Okay, let's see what the error is. Compiling. Okay, Tricitor parser for TSX has been installed. Oh, okay, it's installing by itself. And we just open the folder here. It's on Windows, but you're opening it with NeoVim. Okay. Okay, cool. I think what we can do is, I guess, learn Tmux, so I can open the terminal for running the app, and the other is I forgot, is it Command K? Oh, sorry. Scroll down, champ. Oh yeah, this is the text that we tested before. TypeScript. Okay, I guess the language server kind of. Let's sync it. I think it added. Let's see folder. Already up to date. Already up to date. Cool. Let's go to. I guess that's it. Sorry. I don't know if this is working or not. Okay. Just Windows and register for the current buffer. Okay. How do we have like React set up for this? I think let's search for like LSP. Vim LSP for React. How is it? Let's just check all of them.
Yeah.
Currently on Lua branch. Let's see. I hope I can try to do that, but it's in the EcoVim. I think it's in the. Okay, I don't know how to CMD. I started to make a button component, I guess. Button. And okay.
Oh.
Okay. We're at home. We can go get an English file. Okay.
Lo udah pernah betting di sini? Judi.
Oh, nah,
I don't know if the
sih.
Ngebet kecil dulu ya. Nggak mau langsung pede dulu.
does it have the
Bisa jadi 10.000 kan gak ada yang tahu.
Lu betting apaan anjing?
no location found?
Enggak deh,
What is the
10.
goal here again?
Terus menang 500. Aku tiba-tiba login 500.
Confirm mapping. Okay.
Langsung sendiri play.
Kalau jadi
LSP conflict is it?
Modal betting.
HTML TSLS. Mason LSP. Hopefully it has.
Terus mungkin kalau bola gue masih bisa. Judi bola. Cuma masalah di judi bola tuh gak cuma menang doang, lo harus kayak tebak skor berapa. Terus bisa kayak siapa yang golin. Lo harus rajin-rajin baca statistik dan belajar probabilitas gitu.
Okay.
gue penasaran sama main game-game di kasino gitu sih yang apa?
Oh ya,
Bukan kartu ya.
Last
yang
name
pasti yang
P
pakai
dash
koin gitu.
P4. Then I don't know if this is will work or
Oh
not.
di itu ada koin handshake kan?
We can do. Maybe there is some LSPs or something else that needs to be set up for this to work. How would I set up the pre-tier Tailwind auto sorting order thing? I came across it when I was trying to learn use Tailwind. TT server, JSON, Markdown, pre-tier, Tailwind, CSS, and MLS. Some of these names can. You can do Mason and sell them all there. I've also added an additional MLS. I trying to give ML completion in JS file for React. GitHub is where is where you can find the dot files. If not completely okay for you, and sell the rest just by looking up names. Also make sure your tree setter is set up if something doesn't highlight properly. To browse the option and install them there. I use AZF mainly these days, but LunarVim is a solid choice. Thank you so much. It's working great, but I seem to get some weird snip here and there. This is an image of what the complete perform is. Not support using arcs. And another problem with prettier is if you change prettier, you need to restart prettier. I have prettier set up through null ls. Okay, let's do format. Is there anyone doing that? Let's see how did he set it up. Although I think it would be very, very different for people to do it. Cool snippets. Ada, Coffee Jasmine, Coffee React. What is Coffee React? Oh, this is all like a configuration file. Okay, so where you can find the Doha. If not completely okay for you, install the rest by looking up names. Also make sure your tree sets are okay. I am not entirely sure whether or not this will work, but let's see. Is it lazy vim config? I think it's lazy vim config. Okay. It's in the Lua and plugins, I think. Colorizer core, MLS. Okay, I guess these MLS is what I need. What is emoji Lua? Markdown review to do toggle turn user theme. Capuchin core. Dashboard. Okay. I'd like to see the. Is it not in here? But it's in the config. Yeah, lazy. Is it this emmet.ls that can do it? Okay. TT server, JSON, Markdown, Prettier, Tailwind, CSS, HTML, emmet.ls. These are what I go to. You can do Mason and install them all. I also added an additional emmet.ls emmet completion in JS file for React. GitHub so you can have that file. So you're not completely before you install it. You can up names. Also make sure your tree sitter is set up. Yes, and doesn't have it properly. TS install. Okay. Should we just do that? In here, what we can do is get Mason, and then it's formatter. I think we can try to find React. TypeScript? No, okay. Okay, Prettier is done already. So what do we need? Okay, Angular CSS flow. What about Tailwind? Tailwind, pattern not found. Okay, is it in LSPs? Is it how you install this? Okay. Okay, I guess we need to configure the LSP then here. If you want to have this LSP config, how can we do that? Up to CMDs. No, not this. Capuchin. Colorizer, core, dashboard, Emmet. And Vim LSP, I think this is what we use. No. I think this is fine. Let's see if anyone have made it before, and I can like give it a try.
Alright, so many of you have asked me to explain. You can see in here in the first window I have NeoVim opened, in which I'm coding there. Okay, let's get into the NeoVim configuration. So I'm using LazyVim as my NeoVim distribution. It is basically a base configuration with some really good defaults, but it also allows you to extend it and bring your own plugins, etc. So I use everything by default, and I have a bunch of plugins that I've overridden. For example, if you go to nvim, lua, config, and lazy, you're going to see the file that actually initializes lazy and adds all of the extras. These extras
Wow,
are,
cool.
as the name suggests, extra configurations that aren't turned on by default.
I don't think I have that in the. Is it in the init.lua?
But once you turn them
No.
on, they basically set up something for you. For example, here's how I set up Copilot, GitHub Copilot, right? The Copilot and Copilot chat. I just add these two lines and I have GitHub Copilot enabled. This is for debugging, some editor plugins. This is Prettier. This is how I set up Prettier, and a bunch of languages like Astro, Docker, Go, JSON, Python, TypeScript, etc. Again, I'm not going to go through all of the files in this file. Just wanted to show you where things start to get.
Is it in the init record? Is it set the plugins? Oh no, it's inside the plug. Okay.
It's initialized. And then if you go to plugins, you're going to see all of the plugins and scripts that I've overridden. So for example, in the coding.lua, I have inc rename, and this is a plugin that allows me to rename variables. Let me actually show you. I'm going to switch over to Buffet. Let's go to the output variable, and I can do space for my leader key in NeoVim, not in Smux, C for code, and R for rename. And you see this little
Wow.
input? That is basically inc rename. So if I rename this to
Okay.
output and hit enter, not just a variable name, but then also any usage is going to get renamed as well. Yeah, let's go back to the .files. This is how I set up my color scheme. The color scheme that I'm using right now is the Cyberdream. Really cool color scheme, optimized for like transparent or blurry backgrounds. As you can see at the background, I have some blurry gradients going on. Yeah, color scheme is in color scheme.lua. Then I have DAP, and this DAP thing is actually a debug adapter protocol, and it allows you to set up breakpoints and debug your applications. So I'm using the default LazyVim configuration, and I just do two things. One is I swap the functionality of these two keys, the capital O and the lowercase o, because I'm using step over much more often.
Okay. Maybe what we can do is the LSP, right? The LSP configuration, and we can probably do we need to set that up? I don't know. I'm afraid I'll break something, but okay. Let's try the ASIN and then LSPs, and then we can go to Tailwind. Will that download it? Keyword CSS was successfully installed. Is there anything else that I should install? Maybe the Emmet. HTML. Okay, I don't know if this is correct or not. Emmet, Tailwind, okay. Formatter, I think the formatter already works. Let's go back to this, and then let's do Control GF. No, or not. Okay. Okay. I think configuring the tmux and then like auto import and everything should be good. Let's try to do that. If there's any way I could do that. Uh, and then we can go to plugins, languages, TypeScript. Okay, yeah, I can understand why this is a bit confusing and not fun anymore. Okay. Caesar, Snack, Spectre. If also make sure your tree sitter is set up. Maybe it's because tree sitter is also not set up. Is it Neo tree? The tree sitter? I forgot. To install is true. What is it doing? Whoa, what was that? Split pane? What did I do? How do I know if it doesn't highlight, if it highlights properly or not? It looks properly highlighted, but okay, this is taking way too much time. I can understand why people take too much time for this.
We'll be focusing on. You can see the entire setup in action right now as I'm working on the side project. You can find the GitHub repository for the setup in the video description below, and I've also prepared a free ebook that goes over all plugins used in detail, and I've also included a list of additional plugins that you might find useful in your workflow. The link to that ebook can also be found in the description down below. Firstly, we're going to clone the LazyVim starter so we have something to work with. I'm using LazyVim because I like its built-in lazy plugin manager, and I feel like it has a great starter configuration that only needs a couple of tweaks.
Oh my god, hello. I'm actually using WSL.
We'll be enabling some extra plugins right out of the box that are mostly a must-have. ESLint for linting, Prettier for formatting, TypeScript, JSON and Tailwind language server support, GitHub Copilot.
Okay. Wait. I do not have a lazy.lua. We don't have a lazy.lua. Don't we? Oh, we have init.lua. We do not have that. Require lazy setup. Okay, I guess we could add. Oh, I think we remove a lot of that file, don't we? Before, like total 12. Okay, cd. Yeah. I think it's in the init.lua, and we set it up at plugins because we set it up inside of those. Okay, how can we make it that we can use it here as well? Okay, let's go to the LazyVim docs again. LazyVim docs. Like, I think I kind of sort of remember, but also don't remember. Installation. What's new? No, not that. Key maps. Configuration. Lazy and Vim. Oh, I think because we remove a lot of this one. But I guess what we want to do is that kinda how can I still add the setup plugin, but also have this
We'll be
another
reviewing some extra
importing?
plugins right out of the box that are mostly a must-have. ESLint for linting, Prettier for formatting, TypeScript, JSON and Tailwind language server support, GitHub Copilot to make boring tasks quicker, and mini high
Okay, spec.
patterns for inline color.
Like we have this, but how can we make this include this one as well? Or should I make it into a different like plugins like that?
Highlighting, all of which we'll go over in more detail later. Next, let's set some default Vim options.
Vim encoding.
I map my leader to the spacebar, set the default encoding for file types to UTF-8, enable line numbers on the left part of the screen, make Vim use the current buffer name for the window title, and enable automatic and smart indentation. I make sure search results are highlighted in the current buffer, disable backups since I don't need them, show the last command in the status line, which I don't use but you might, and then I disable the command line and the status line. I just don't find myself using it often, so I prefer the extra screen real estate.
Okay.
I convert my tabs to spaces for consistency, make it so that at least 10 lines are visible above and below the cursor when scrolling. I enable command previews, for example, so you can see the effects of a replace command before applying it, and I make the search results case insensitive. Once again, make sure the tab key outputs spaces. Prettier for formatting.
Spec. What is spec? Maybe we can try to mix it with our setting.
TypeScript, JSON and Tailwind language server support, GitHub Copilot.
Okay, you know what? I just realized I can understand this take way too long, but I guess we can do it later. It's some other day. Yeah, it's fine. This was also fine. I think for now, we can still use the VS Code and everything. I know it's gonna destroy the things, but it's fine. Okay, I'll make sure to configure them off cam and just focus on doing the project right now. Let's select this one. Yep. But this is fun. I'll definitely fix it some other time. Okay, I guess we can try to run it, I guess. Oh my god, okay. This is the issue on why I want to use NeoVim, but I guess I need to configure it better for it to work with Node.js and the other. But okay, it's fine. For now, we can just use this. Okay, I guess we can move this to here and the browser over here, so just my face covers it. It's fine. Okay, nothing happening because I forgot to import it. Okay, it does work. Okay, so that's not bad. Okay. Okay, let's I wanna continue the project by making some stuff over here. That's fun. Is it okay? So I have the website drawn, so I guess we don't need uh we don't need any stuff. Let's just do this. So I have it's just gonna be a bunch of text and it's gonna be a mini photo studio, things like that, but yeah. So we have this in the middle. I don't know if this is in the middle or not. I guess it's not because of this. What? Sorry. I guess we're gonna stick to using VS Code for now before we configure everything properly. But it's fine. Arc so much is it, but oh. Let's go to header text. And I think we can just do like how I'd like to take like the we already set it up. This is the container MX auto with padding of 4. So that's fine. Now since it's just a header text. Max width spacing. Like 100 view height. What if it's like view height? Yes. Okay. So it's going to be Which screen? Screen? Is it because of the padding? That's why it's a bit like this? Okay. I don't like this. Why is it like this? White space pre? What is this? Flex row center. Overflow hidden padding. Font light. PG SFI center. Flex row. Layout group. What if I delete this div? What would happen? Okay. That's not good actually. Span. I think I want to give this a little bit of margin, like margin L of that. No, that's not it. Margin right, actually. There we go. Okay. Although I don't know why this div is set to that. It's not because of this. I have no idea why. What is layout group? I think it's because of the layout group. No, it's not. Okay, then what causes that here? Was it on the right side of the and not taking the full width of the not the full width of these? I have no idea. Why is it not working? Yeah, but I don't speak. I to be honest, I don't know what language is that. I'm so sorry. What is making? What am I making? I am making a simple, like a simple website using React and this component library called Fancy Component. So See, this is what I'm trying to make here, but I have no idea why this div is not in the middle. Okay, that's not what we want. So we still want it to be flex row. And we still want it to be items. But what I'm confused is this one. Why is it on the left? Why is this div placed on that side? So I think what we can do is there any margin or padding that is not supposed to be there? Hello, hello. Hello, Marshmallow. Hello, Andrew. How are you doing? Hello, hello. So I don't know if the chat is visible or not because I couldn't see the chat. I can only see the chat through other devices because I couldn't see it here. So I hope I didn't miss anything. But so yeah, I didn't finish setting up the NeoVim because I didn't figure it properly for the other. So yeah, we'll configure that later. But it's okay. We want to make this work, I guess. Okay, wait. So what we want to do is not we don't want that. We want this to be wrapped in a fragment. Oh, sorry. This should work. Yeah. Oh, sorry. No, they're supposed to be in one div. But this div, I wanted to have class name of block. Is it block? No, it's not. Oh, I think I should wrap them in another div. Like this? No, okay. So we want this to be flex column then, not flex row, flex col. Yeah, correct. Yeah, this is correct so far. I just wanted to have a bit of a class name. Okay, let's do that. This is almost correct, although I don't know why it's not in the middle. It's kind of pissing me off, to be honest. Thank you. So this is, to be honest, from a component library. So I didn't make it from scratch. It's from this component library, fancy component. So I really want to try to utilize this component because it's, I mean, like it's a drag and drop, but this one, I don't know what is wrong with this right over here. I don't know why it didn't take the full thing. We didn't take the full route. That's what I'm worried about, to be honest. The TSX. Maybe because I have this padding. Maybe because of the MX Auto. Never mind, it is because of that. So this is the first step. The second step is I have some like staggering stuff that I already set up. So we can just delete this. We can delete this. The example button, we can just delete that. Yes. And I think I'm gonna open another file called, I forgot, but it's another thing that I really want to apply. I really want to be able to implement that into this. So let's do code dot okay. So okay, let's ask GPT to help us convert this to a single component. I don't know if that's possible or not. Layout. We didn't change anything, but it's in the page. And set with all this one refresh now. Wait, no, I think what I want to do is apply that to this. So it's not this one that I want to apply, but it's the other one. Okay, let's do Control W and let's just clear that. But we need to open both. You can shut this off. And I think what I want to do is this one. I want to work with this one. Sorry, a bit of a mess. Running out of time, actually. I only have like 30 minutes left, so I don't know if I could finish this or not. Let's just hope I can. Okay, let's see. How should we do this? So it's fine, I guess. Oh yeah, it's this one that we want to use. Sorry, I forgot. Localhost 3000. There's gonna be some jump scares, so please. I do apologize. Okay, so Mr. or Miss Marshmallow Siskin, I don't know, but okay, let's see. Okay, never mind. Let's just go back to the original idea. Yes, let's do that. And then could you please create a separate with the staggering stack if could you and the card component, could you make them into different, what do you call it, like different reusable components that I could export and possibly use in another VI project. Please also convert the class name to use Tailwind. I want a staggering stack component, which is the current home, and a different card component. Please include the imports and hooks for each component. Let's see if Gemini understand what am I doing. Use GSAP, return. This is the staggering stack cards data. Okay, what's the cards data? Using staggering stack. Okay. Cards data from cards. Okay. So let me translate this to the other project. I think Gemini did it pretty good for what I want. I don't like AI. It broke the JWT system on my sites. Yes. I think it's quite dangerous if we use it for like auth type of the stuff, right? I am still learning, so I and also want to do more of the front end part. But I guess I really need to do a little bit more back end as well. But yeah, thank you for the warning. I'll definitely make sure that I won't be having those issues, or at least know how to deal with them. New file. Let's do cards. Does it have any problems? No, it doesn't. So why does it have issues? No. What are these? Okay. And then we have the stack.tsx. I don't think we need to use client on this side. Okay, we need to install the GSAP and everything. Use ref. Oh god, okay, this is gonna be fun. What if okay, let's we have a TypeScript version for this. So I hope it doesn't really have as much issue as that trigger has implied any. Okay. I think what we can do is we can install pnpm install gsap at react /add gsap /react, and then we would also need Linus, I think. at studio dash right slash react dash Linus. We also need motion, and I think the other is already, so we would need all that. What AI did you use when you created the app and the one that broke it, if I may know? It's 40, okay, let's see. What is the issue here? JSX Allen has implicitly has type any because no interface exists. Ah, okay. Can't motion react. Okay, we also need motion. Okay. View problem. JSX interface. Okay, to be honest, I don't know what issue is this. I don't know what error is this. I mean, like, is it because I don't know. Didn't when setting up read, doesn't it supposed to have the types already, or do I need to add it separately for the types, React types and everything? Okay, types and React types are okay. We already have those types. So what's the issue here? I think we're also going to need we need cards. TS. So lagging. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Oh my god, it's so slow. It's so slow. I don't even know. Okay, maybe I opened one too many things, but come on. It's not that like. Okay, let's see. How are we going to implement this? Uh, cancel. Don't save it, sign. This. I'm so tired of this. Is not working. Okay. God. Oh, sorry. I'm at home. Now I'm in here. Okay, C. I'm in C. Yeah, and then CDC. After CDC is CD users. CD. It's CD. Okay, let's like copy this to once again go somewhere. Let's keep it in the notepad. Okay. Oops, that's not good. Okay. Path to dev. not executable. Okay. Okay, guys, I'm gonna be on a break for a few minutes, so I'll be back. Just 1 second. Hello, hello. Check, check. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Sorry, I need to pray. But yeah. So I think I don't know if it's working or not. W key A. But let's go nvim again. And let's go to Control N and open this and go to source and cards. It says that it's not installed. Okay, no, that's not copyright. That's not what we want. Okay. This is probably gonna still be a pain, but it's fine. Card.ts. Let's try to do that. Okay, load file. Okay, cool. Okay, let's just assume it works. Let's do that. I don't think it will run. Okay, it might run. Okay, cool. Okay. Now what we want to do for the scroll text is actually we want to delete it. And we want to add the staggering stack component. But the staggering stack still does not work, I believe. So let's go back to the app. Failed. Does the file exist? Staggering stack.tsx. Okay, let's go. It's not supported or exists in the current buffer. Var gsap. Okay. Package.json. I do not have the gsap here. No, I do not have it yet. So I guess we can go back here. We can go do this. I think that's should be done. gsap react. Okay. Okay, let's do npm yeah. Okay. Three-seater, okay. Let's type script. TypeScript language server. Okay, I think TypeScript language server, LSP, cool. Let's go to lazy sync, Lua, LSP, telescope, Mason, already up to date, okay. So now, let's see if this already works. Uh, oh shoot, no, not that one. How can I start learn to program? What do you do exactly as a data analyst? It's I don't know if you can hear me, and hopefully I can still speak, and I'm also still learning, so I'm gonna answer as best as I could. So as you can start to learn programming however you like, but what I mean is that it depends on what is it that you want to do, what is it that you want to make, create, or what is it that you want to program. I think a very good resources would be roadmap.sh, which is an amazing project, one of the most start project on GitHub. So it's basically just a community effort creating roadmap on whatever topic that you really like to learn. And there's a lot, not only just for making front end, but also for backend, for data analysts, if you want to make iOS apps, cybersecurity, databases, design, and everything. So I think you should start. This is a very good baseline. Like you can pick one of the roadmaps, and from there it will kind of guide you and on which topics that you should learn, what are like the prerequisite from the basics, and it will link you to multiple free resources, multiple videos, articles. Some of it are a bit old and need updating, but for beginner it's very, very good. This is an example for backend. Of course, it begins with internet and then picking like a language, version control, things like that. So I think you should start by going to roadmap.sh and pick what topics you would like to learn, and it will guide you to the path and the resources needed to acquire the skill. So I think, yeah, be more specific for like what is it that you want to learn. So from there you can learn, so you can focus on that learning instead of like learning everything that end up not being linked to each other, not being useful. So yeah, roadmap.sh is actually a very, very good resources and free as well. So yeah, check it out. Data analysis. Yes, there is even a path for data analysis, I believe. So yeah, I think you see data analyst, you can start from there. Is it called like that? This one, data analyst, or what do you mean? Like here, introduction. Data analyst is a professional tasked with collecting, processing, and performing statistical analysis on large data sets. Cool. They even give like a different types using Excel at first. Yes. Yeah, it's data analyst. This one. I think, yeah, you should give it a try. It's free. Although, yeah, it has a few ads and some of it could be old, but give it a try, and you can sign up and then you can like track your progress as well. Simulations. This one, wait, statistical analysis. It even links you to different courses. Wow, okay, cool. Yeah, happy to help. You're welcome. I hope that when I start like to learn programming, I wish I found that resource sooner, because it's very good. Because it not really teach, but like it gives a lot of the basics that you would need from it. So yeah, check it out. And like, yeah, make sure you focus on that topic and don't make the same mistake as I did. I tried to learn everything and end up like not being good at specific things. Now I want to be more specific on like what I want to do. So yeah, make sure you focus and be specific on that, and like how long have I been learning programming, or how long am I gonna program this page, like this project right now? So which one is it? Like, how long did you learn? So I actually been like, so I've been learning programming since like middle school, but I kind of stopped and then continue again in university at that like at high school. I didn't really do much, which is kind of a mistake. I should have been learning since high school, but focusly probably like 1.5 year for this. So like yeah, 1.5 year I believe. So since 1.5 year, around 1.5 year. So yeah. Okay, let's do the image. Use screen size hooks. Yeah, I know. This is a component library from Fancy Components, so I really want to use this on my project. So this is not, I didn't make this from scratch. This is made by someone, by this one. Thank you. I never thought that. Thank you so much. I didn't know that it would be that. So, are you, what makes you interested in learning data science? Or sorry, data analysis? And do you have like any experience before with programming or data analysis in general? I think if you use Excel, if you use Sheets, that's a very common tool for data analysis. And then I think Power BI and charting, any charting software. And I think the languages will be used is mostly Python and SQL, of course, SQL as well. Basic number ticker. So what we want to have is a basic number ticker. Basic number ticker. That, and then what we want to do is create another new component, number ticker.tsx. Let's do add. Let's go here. We want to do this one. CLI. So we can go here, duplicate it. Damn, okay, wait. npx Shatsian at latest, add that. There are many jobs that require data analysis skill. True. I think. Are you currently studying? Are you currently working? Are you in school? Are you in uni? May I know a little bit about the background? Okay, that's good. Oh shoot. Okay, no, I don't have to know how to program if you want to find a job. Yes, especially with all the AI craze and everything. I think basic number ticker. Client SLS quit with exit code and signal check log for lsp.log. Okay, I will check that after this. Home.local. Okay. Let's do Ubuntu. And then we're at home, so we need to do cd local. Share and state. I'm currently studying physics and I want to learn programming to get into jobs in the future. Cool. I think, yeah, especially in physics. I'm also currently studying, but I am waiting for my colloquium, my thesis defense. So yeah, while waiting on that, I am programming every day until I get a job because the job market sucks. But yeah, I think physics and programming really goes align, especially like you want to make like simulation, if you want to make perform calculation, things like that. I think Python using like a lot of built-in packages and libraries would be very helpful. Okay. Why? Hello. Muhammad Ali Urina. Hello, welcome. Oh, which one is why? Why am I doing this? Or why am I local state? Speed of log. Request ID was the exec not found. Hi, hello, sorry. Why finding jobs is worse? No, not worse. It's just that the market currently is very bad. Like, out of all the job posting I've applied for, some of it most likely are fake. And I guess, of course, it's because my lack of experience. But your idea of programming every day is really nice. Yes, I guess it's just so that, I don't know, maybe it's I thought to myself that it could be something that I could show or like it's probably stupid and it's probably only my point of view, but and my opinion, but that I would think that maybe if I somehow get the chance to be interviewed, this could came up as a topic of question and I could discuss it, and that like, like I want to be able to show that I can do the work I'm learning. If there's a mistake, I at least know how to fix it, even though of course I still use AI. I still use GPT, Claude, Gemini and everything. But yeah, I want to be able to learn how to communicate. That's why I practice yapping in front of you guys. Thank you for joining me here, even though I'm gonna talk a lot of nonsense. But yeah, I don't know if it's helpful or not, but I feel like I need to do at least doing something while waiting for my thesis defense as well. So at least I'm trying to do something and keep on learning, building projects and stuff. Okay. It's this one, transport Lua. RPC tabs only server str home local. Node not found. Thank you. Although I'm currently I'm currently trying to learn Neovim, which is a text editor that you could configure and do things like yourself. But I guess since there's still a lot of things that I haven't configured, some of the basic functionalities that we have on like VS Code and everything is not working yet. And I'm a bit confused because if I use VS Code or other text editor while streaming and like opening the development server, you know, to check if the code is running, like right over here, it would lag so much that I couldn't even do anything. That's why it's a bit of a I don't know like if it's correct or not. From 0 to 100 number ticker. Okay, how can we use the number ticker if we want it to be controlling the animation from outside of the component? To start the animation from outside of, you can use start animation function that is exposed via the ref. So I'm using React and with Vite and TypeScript. I actually am not very good at JavaScript or TypeScript, but I'm forcing myself to learn it. But yeah, sorry, I went back to the question that, yeah, finding job is a bit hard right now, I guess, because the market is just quite harsh to junior developers, to fresh graduates, because I think a lot of companies prefer senior devs, but then, yeah. So we can accept the props. Okay, let us see. What's the most useful language? I guess the better question is which language is better for which task. I mean, like, I know I haven't been learning for that long, but from my short experience, different tasks can be done with different tools, with different languages. So I guess the question comes back to really what type of things that you want to get done, what type of things that you want to do, and then of course which type of tool and languages you are most comfortable with and you have more skilled and you have more experience with, rather than picking one thing for everything. Yeah, I mean, I think for example, I'm using JavaScript, which is mostly for the web and like mostly for websites and everything, but then you can use it to create mobile application, you can create desktop application, things like that. So yes, you can use JavaScript for many things. But for example, I did a project for my thesis where I need to create simulation of like household appliances usage data, like calculating houses. Let's just say this apartment have 3 people, they have fridge, stove and everything. They use it in 1 year for like 300 times. It is turned on from this time and this time, and it's randomly generated. So we use Python for that. So for that, Python is better because Python have a better like data science, data analysis, like calculation, that sort of calculation library and like functions better. So that's why we use that. But for websites, you can make a website with Python. but you would still need JavaScript for like the interactivity and everything. So it really depends, I think. But yeah, there are like faster languages like C++, Rust, and Go. I think it's because, if I'm not mistaken, of course, I'm still learning, but it's because these languages are what we call like compiled languages. Versus like JavaScript or Python that is interpreted. Yeah, like this one. So a compiled language is probably just generally compiled and not interpreted. It is one where the program once compiled is expressed in the instruction of the table of the target. And yeah, so the languages just translate this or compiled into machine code that the computer and the CPU and other can understand. But an interpreted language, yeah, where instructions are not directly executed by the target machine, but instead read and executed by some other program, JavaScript, Python, etc. So yeah, there is a differences between these two. Compiled languages are generally faster because it doesn't really have this two-step where it, yeah, where it needs to where it have a like virtual machine to interpret that converts that to machine code. But yeah. So how do I use the props to do that? Number ticker, ref, ticker ref. What's ticker ref? Oh, so let's see. Yeah, so it really depends on like what is it that you want to do, I think. Actually, I am studying electrical engineering, but my university program has like in the curriculum we have a lot of computer engineering courses with the electrical engineering, and it turns out I actually like the computer engineering classes more, so I kind of want to lean more into this. But yeah, actually I'm studying electrical engineering. Is it motion diff or is it... What's the number ticker? Very cool and very stressful. I guess that's what electrical engineering is. Carton from, okay. I think we could just do that. What's the ref again? Okay. I think because it was COVID time, the first semester was done online, so it's yes, it's hard, new environment, things like that, but I don't know, it felt like more like Export default. Did you study a lot? Yes. But even though I studied a lot, I still failed multiple exams, so I need to retake it. So yeah, I'm grateful that right now I pass everything, but oh boy, previously it was but yeah, we need to study a lot, definitely. But yeah, thank goodness all the exam has passed. I mean, I guess that's just how STEM is. In like the very first semester, we have a few like basic physics class, like physics mechanics and electricity physics. Yeah, I know. I bet it's very hard as well. Like, if I may ask, do you have like a certain like specialization, or like which branch of physics are you like studying, or it's just the broader term physics, or do you have anything like specific subject for physics? At the beginning of general physics. What subject is like the hardest so far? Oh, it's like elementary physics. Okay. Atoms, etc. Okay, we have Hank Pimp on the chat. Sorry, no, I'm just kidding. What got you into physics? Theoretical physics. Nice.
Kira-kira tahan berapa lama? Dua kali makan. Anjing kali makan 12.
I think what got me into it was
Kontrol ini.
I was watching too many sci-fi movies. Definitely. And
Ya udah yang bikin ayam tepung dia tuh bisa kayak crispy gitu.
like
Maksudnya gue udah bikin ayam tepung tuh nggak bisa
movies about robots.
crispy dia gitu loh. Kayak ini.
But then realistically, it turns out that making robots
Apa itu?
is so hard. And
Itu yang ngebuat dia crispy kayak itu. Harus dusting.
Dusting itu dia apa ya emang?
Jadi cara lu ngaduk si ayam sama tepungnya itu
Oh, ada tekniknya.
banyak. Kalau dusting itu jadi lu kayak tepungnya harus banyak, terus baunya itu harus kayak menutupi gitu. Ayam di bawah terus ya lu nyerokin si tepungnya terus
Lu nggak bisa double dip berarti?
apa?
Nggak bisa double dip?
Bisa, tapi lu harus dusting lagi. Maksudnya dia
Jadi ayamnya gimana?
jadi ini misalnya tepung banyak ayam ini ya kayak dilempar-lempar gitu ayamnya.
Terus langsung di fry.
Nah, pokoknya indikator lu berhasil atau enggaknya kalau misalnya lu ngelihat kayak ada akar-akar gitu, kalau misalkan tepungnya itu kayak udah keriting-keriting gitu di ayamnya, nah itu berhasil. Itu pas lu fry udah.
Nggak gepeng bentar.
Sebenarnya itu juga terpengaruh dari minyak juga ya. Ya lu
Oh,
kalau
ini di fry.
iya lu kalau gitu
how can we use the props? Okay, let's see. How can we use the props?
Gampang lah. Kenapa nggak nanya double dip?
apa?
Double dip.
Kenapa?
Ya gitu.
Nggak mau kayak di mana pakainya?
Nah, lanjutinnya di sini.
Does that work?
Konsepnya menggabungkan fried chicken dengan cita rasa Nusantara. Jadi kan belum ada. Nasi, enggak nasi.
Okay, that kind of worked.
Terus kayak tekan kan. Ya, cuman kayak gitu ya. Tapi di sini.
Cool. Okay. Now I think what I want to do is
Mulai kalau
go into the staggering stack and then go into the images, I think. Each card index. So we do not have all the
Gue yakin Chris banget dijual di sini laku.
cards of length. Go to inner. So this one, it's the images.
Belum ada.
That's it.
oke itu piring gua ini.
Nggak tahu pilihnya.
We can go into the SRC, go to office,
Hari pagi.
and we can go into the other.
Terus lanjut kerjakan yang bisa dikerjakan.
Yeah, it's basically watching too much movies about robots.
Taruh gue udah kapan nih?
Iya, dari lo.
Kapan itu?
Ya, Jumat besok, Pak. Bukan Jumat minggu depan.
Sampai
Ya Jumat yang ini. Ya nyampe sini Sabtu.
Okay, I think it's supposed to work now with the images properly. Okay, it's not working. Hahaha, not good. Okay.
Tidak hilang seminggu balik.
nah, orang betul-betul udah datang.
Kawan. Baru itu hilang.
Goblok anjing, hamil satu idiot.
Cuman itu yang
Enggak, tapi disuruh datang nggak biasanya kalau meeting gitu?
Enggak.
Online. Kalau meeting gitu-gitu online biasanya.
online. Orang ini aja Pak, gua hari ini baru email. Ya gua bilang gua kayaknya minggu ini nggak update dulu deh. Soalnya
Ini minggu depan nggak mau kena tuh.
enggak, gua bilang soalnya gua merasa gua kayak pengen maksudnya bagusin lagi codingannya. Terus dia bilang, oh iya, take your time gitu. Jadi udah mepet. Mohon maaf, saya masih juni ya saya.
Nah, enggak, dari dulu kan dia udah di-push anjing. Dia terus udah kayak orang kerja anjir. Ini digaji nggak masalah juga.
Return container.
Biasa kan itu kan gitu ya.
Ya tapi kalau di luar kayaknya kalau bisa extend 4 bulan lagi gitu.
Bisa tuh ya. Mager.
Mager. Bisa jadi.
Lulus tadi.
Why doesn't it not receive the images? Yeah.
Dia tuh banyak kegiatan sama kalau nggak kerjanya ya.
Sekenal dua teman dia.
Okay.
Itu bisa kerja kalau misalnya ada teman. Iya. Iya, gua kan setiap
Kan itu ada si K ya temen.
gila gini.
Kamu baru bucin ya.
Kan setiap di Indo kan sering nginep di Sesa. Jadi gua tahu lah kesehariannya dia gimana.
Ngapain?
Jadi itu dia tuh kalau misalnya apa namanya nggak ada teman yang gawe juga, dia dikit terus kalau misalkan udah capek udah kelar. Jadi tergantung mood-moodannya dia.
Sulit kan.
The card's data is there. Now, why is the staggering stack would not reach the house?
Ya sudah bisa sih dia mangkernya.
Mager. Orang-orang markir gitu.
Sebenarnya dia nggak semua itu. Iya. Ya. Tapi kalau bangun dia bangun mau bangun paling Pak. Dia nggak bangun. Siap.
Ya tapi itu siapa tidur?
Enggak Pak. Dia enggak.
Dia tidur yang biasanya kalau nggak ada apa-apa.
Kalau nggak ada apa-apa ya mungkin. Jadi berarti masih gue nggak tahu. Siapa ada sih?
Akhirnya cuma bawa dia. Ya.
Harus dasar-dasarnya gue tidur.
Iya.
This is very embarrassing. Why is it not inside of it? It's supposed to be in public. Wait. It's not supposed to be in assets. It's supposed to be in public. Sorry. because it's not supposed to be in assets. Image is supposed to go to the public, so yeah. Correct. Okay. So I think we can go to anything that has SRC in it. No, it's not here. It's in the card. We should make them stack to each other. This is not working. Let's see how it will go. The cards are fine. The staggering stack that are not fine. Maybe it's because I forgot to install something. No. To array HTML element if card length 0 control. It's intro. Maybe it's because I didn't do React Lens. Do I need to install React Lens? I think I've already installed it. Lens, let's see. No, I haven't. Okay, let's install that. Add studio dash write dash react dash lens. Zero dependency. Oh shoot, typo. Studio Fright, sorry. Okay.
mundo en el que la inteligencia artificial
Okay, let's see. How am I gonna ruin this now? Okay. So we just wrap this in the React.tsx, I would assume. We are called start. Let's do you. I think it's for now. Is it not working? Okay, I guess I'm just gonna stop it right now. I'm unable to think properly. I don't know what's wrong. Yeah, I don't think it's total. I don't think it's doable using the React lines, but we'll see. How can we fix this tomorrow, I guess? Yeah, I guess that's it for today. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you in the next stream in coding every day until I get a job. Bye bye.